ahead and record this just for prosperity's sake. So I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Claudia Martinez-Gray. I'm a guide here with the Teen Science Cafe Network, and this is our very first Teen for Teens professional development webinar. This was a topic that was highly requested to talk about marketing and online outreach. So we're really, really pleased to welcome our guest, Raisa Rosado. She is the Senior Manager of Social Media Strategy at STEM Next Opportunity Fund. Raisa's past experiences include social media strategy, outreach in the community, digital engagement, and brand management, working both in the nonprofit and private sectors. A native of Puerto Rico, Raisa combines her love for rocks or geology, maps or geography, and what makes us human or anthropology, with her passion for creating welcoming experiences personally and digitally. So please help me give a warm welcome to Raisa.
Thank you, Claudia. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and thank you so much for joining this session. I hope you all learned something new today, or that I can clarify any questions that you have about social media marketing. So thank you for the introduction. Thank you so much for being here. So my goal for today is just to help you understand how you can use social media to promote your Science Cafe event. Also, I'm going to be talking about, the different platforms that are available, and how to utilize them, and some of the best practices for creating engaging content. We're going to be talking a little bit about online safety and, how to manage that through your digital presence, and how you can collaborate with your peers and reach out to influencers or other marketing experts. So I'm going to start with the platforms. So as you may know now, there are way too many social media platforms out there where you can deliver your message or be on. One thing that I always like to say to people when you're trying to use social media as a marketing tool, so you don't have to be on every social media. That's a full-time job. Even for me, that this is my full-time job. Working with multiple social media platforms and creating content for all of them at the same time, it's a very stressful and exhausting job. So you don't have to be on every social media platform. What it will help you is to understand which social media platforms are the best for you to engage with the audience that you want to engage. So let's say in this case, you're teens, you want to promote your Science Cafe events to other teens. So you're going to start trying to look, on which platforms are the teens, where do they hang out? Or, if I also want the parents lets you know about events that they can take their teens on. Where are those parents hanging out? What are the social media platforms? So today I'm going to be talking about 5 that I think are the best one that you can take more advantage of for promoting your Teen Science Cafe events. So we have our old OG Facebook, one of the first platforms. Well, if you're really that old like me, will be MySpace, but let's start with Facebook. So why Facebook? Even though it's not as popular with, teens, millennials, and younger generation, is still a platform that is used for event promotion. So it could help you reach a broader audience, a diverse audience that includes parents, teachers, community members. Facebook is an app that is built for event creation. So you can set up your events and promote them through Facebook, and you can track the people that you're inviting to these events. They can RSVP, you can know who is attending and learn more about that audience. Facebook is also very good for groups. Facebook groups is something that I like them a lot, because with Teen Science Cafe, science and STEM is still a niche. So niche, it means that it's a very singular thing that people are interested. It's not like, pop culture that everybody knows. Whether you want it or not, you are aware of what's happening in the world. But, when you have these niche communities, Facebook group is a good way to find the people that you want. So you can find science group, STEM groups. I like to talk to people who like rocks. So I find those groups on Facebook. And of course, as every other platform, so you can share your posts, stories, and any update that you may have about your event. Another platform will be Instagram, that is part of the Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is a highly visual platform that it will allow you to promote your event more creatively. You can share photos of past events. You can share videos of yourself talking about the event. You can do real stories and then share more about why you want people in this event and why it's important they attend. So the thing with Instagram is like you have to share high quality images or graphics that I'm gonna be talking a little bit later how you can create engaging graphics for your event. And then you can use the Instagram stories feature for more quick updates. So it's a combination of, having those events in your normal feed and then adding quick updates through the Instagram stories, like a countdown, if you have a new speaker, if you have a new something coming up in this event that you want people to know more about. Another cool thing about Instagram is you can make it interactive. So you have things like polls, Q&As, that can help you engage with the audience. And you can, do a more personal communication and relationship with the people that are looking to attend one of your events. And then you have the Reels option, which for example, every time I have an event, I like to do a post to promote that I have an event that is coming. And then I use the Reels to show how the event went, quick snap and videos of how that event went. It could help you build that momentum for your next event. So now people will know what you're talking about, how the events go, and then it helps you build that anticipation for when you have a next event to promote. Another really good platform that is now very popular is TikTok. The one thing that is really great about TikTok is that it's short and it's very engaging. And it doesn't have to be as polished as Instagram. So even if you go on TikTok and do a 20-second video inviting people to your event, that's a good thing because TikTok is all about authenticity. So you can share short videos that explain your event. You can get creative using trending audios, or you can even do challenges. There are a lot of trend and challenges that happen on TikTok that you can grab that and make it your own to promote your events. For example, audios that are trending, you can do that, and then in the caption add the information about your event, and jumping on those trends will help you reach a bigger audience for your event and build a larger community. You can do duets, so you can just plan with a friend to do a video, and then they will duet your video, and then you both can promote this event, or you can also participate in the different challenges. If you have any questions or if I'm going too fast, please let me know. I don't think I can see the chat, Claudia. So, but if I have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Nothing's coming yet.
Thank you. So two other platforms that I will recommend is Snapchat, because it's great within teens. This is like for sharing quick personal updates to build connections with your audience. It's more casual, and it allows you for a real-time interaction. I think Snapchat is very great to share behind the scenes content about the preparation for your event, how you meet your speakers, or last-minute updates. One thing that is also great about Snapchat is that you have the geo filter option. So if your event is in a specific location, that will help you look for people that are around your area. And then, it can be more effective at the time of, requesting signups or inviting people to your event. And lastly is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is used mostly professionally, but it's still a great platform for you to start making an impact and reaching a different audience. If you're reaching out to teens and you have an event, most likely, if you don't have a car, your parents is the one who's going to drive you there. Or maybe you want to reach to another teacher, educator, or professional who's also connected to different teams. So I think LinkedIn is a great platform for you to connect with professionals to promote educational content like this event, or career-related events. It will help you greatly with your professional setting and, you know, whatever you want, you're looking in your career. So what do you on LinkedIn? You can just share the detail of your events. You can include highlights. You can showcase your speakers, which is really great for LinkedIn, and letting know your participants what they're getting out of that event. So you think about LinkedIn as a professional network to connect with other professionals that are also in your space, STEM education, science, whatever it is that your field is. And again, I just show you 5, and you don't have to be on all 5. So my recommendation is just start with 2 and see how you can manage, you know, and if you think you can do more, great. If you think you cannot, I'd rather you focus on 2 that you can manage very well instead of trying to juggle 5 platforms at the time. So best practices for social media, be consistent. I know a lot of people that they open a new account, they start very well, and then they get frustrated because their audience is not growing as quickly as they want, because nobody's liking their posts or nobody's sharing. We all start that way. No, but you're not gonna get 100 likes in your first post unless it's something like very controversial and you went viral. And we also don't want that. So be patient, be consistent, post regularly. Your audience, it takes a long time to build an audience, and that's going to happen, but you have to be very sure that you post, you know, consistently, that you're understanding the people that are following you and liking this post, so you can create content that are more tailored to these people or the people that you want to attract. So don't be afraid to use all the features that the platforms offer you. You know, if you're on Instagram, use the stickers, use the song feature, use the stories, try to make it as interactive as you can. You know, use the polls, the quizzes, and try to be to engage your audience and encourage participation. Don't be afraid to be like, oh, who's with me? Leave a comment if you think you agree. Even if you don't have any comments at the moment, you know, there will be a time when you have enough audience engage with you that they will ask you questions and they will engage with you. So I will say over and over again, like, be patient with this. And also try to be visual. You know, if you don't have the ability to create graphics, try to post photos that are very eye-catching. You know, people are more likely to engage with real thing that AI stuff. I know that we are all big in AI right now, and AI is a good tool to help you create graphics if you are not a skilled in this, but a photo of yourself or a group of friends at an event will always be more powerful than a graphic. So just know that. So showcase the speakers, the activities, or even a fun science fact that you think is related to your event that will create excitement and it will make you engage with your audience. And of course, if they do comment, respond, always, like, make sure that you engage. You know, social media audience is built on engagement and collaboration. So not only open your account and expect comments, but when they comment, respond, and go out there and comment on other people's posts. You know, make yourself visible, or make your Teen Science account visible so others can start following you, sharing your content, and promoting you as well. Even on social media, there's no better promotion that people sharing your content. So be responsive. That will be my recommendation. So why, and this is important, why it's important for you to use a Teen Science Cafe instead of your personal. So first, when you use your Teen Science Cafe, it helps you with brand consistency. That means that you don't have to think too much about, oh, what color am I going to use? How am I going to speak? Because, you know, Teen Science Cafe already has the Teen Science Network already has a brand established, and you can, you know, take advantage of that. So it helps you keep all events and promotions updates in one place, and it will make you look cohesive, and it will make you look more professional, you know, in your digital presence. When you use Teen Science Cafe channels, it will help you reach a wider audience because you already have established name, and the Teen Science Cafe network is, people know about it already, and you're going to get people that are interested in STEM. That is what we want. I know that we want to reach a lot of people, but if people are not interested in what you have to promote, sometimes I said, you don't want those followers. And that's how we avoid trolls, and that's how we avoid dealing with people that you don't want on your social media. So I think this is a good way for you to avoid that. Also, by using a Teen Science Cafe channel instead of your personal, it helps you build credibility. So it makes you look more legit, organized. People will trust the content that you're sharing, and it can help you grow your audience faster. And of course, we all have personal lives. I have things that I want to promote, but I also love to share memes. So I want to have my separate personal account for that. So I don't want to mix those audiences. And I'm sure that when you hang out with your friends, you want to keep that privacy as well. So this is another good reason for, having your Teen Science Cafe channel instead of using your personal social media for it, unless you're trying to be an influencer and you want to mix both, but then know that there are consequences, and you're gonna have to be dealing with balancing your personal life and social media and promoting your professional events. So that's why having two jobs. So that's why I will recommend to you to have a specific social media channel for this. And also, when you use branded content, there are already hashtags that have a lot of visibility. So that will help you find more people and attract more people that are related to your field or what you want to promote, or any event that you want to share the word about. So, okay, so how do we start? How do we create social media? So first, pick the platform that you want to be on. That's the first thing that I will say you need to do. Second, think about your audience. Like if you're a teen, if you want to reach to more teens, just think about how you will talk to your friends. So often I see people that they create a social media and then they start talking in a way that is not how they will talk to people. So be authentic. Don't try to use a lot of jargon. Don't try to sound too marketing, because people will know that. So you go to your platform. Most of the platform, they have the same post icon. So you're going to see that it's like a note, like a little paper with a pencil. So that will help you craft your post. And then you write your content. Try to be clear, try to be engaging, keep it short. Sometimes you go to some platforms and you see people that are posting very lengthy things. And to be honest, like a lot of us don't have time for that. And social media is a very fast-paced environment. So you want to deliver that message short and sweet. And, think about three things that you want people to know. Where is my event, at what time, and what's happening. So you don't have to say anything else. And of course, include a call to action and invite people to join. That's all that you need. And make sure that you add visuals, that you have images, photos, or video, or if you want to share a graphic or infographic, that make sure that you have that. And then of course, use relevant hashtags on the platforms that hashtags are relevant. For example, we have a new platform that is Threads. So I see a lot of people sharing hashtags on Threads. And I'm like, they don't even work here. So, you cannot even click on it. So just make sure that you're using the features that that work on that platform, for that platform. Then publish your post. I would say, watch it for like 10 minutes, step away, come back an hour later, see if you have comments, engage with it. So again, just be patient. Like if you're starting a brand new social media account, it's going to take you a little time to build that audience and that engagement, but it will happen if you keep doing it consistently. If you're wondering how to create a post and write effective captions, So again, it's all about the visuals. It's all about, attention grabbing. On social media, it's a very crowded space. So imagine that you're in a public space in a park and everybody's talking and you're just there in the middle shouting stuff about your event. So what are you going to say that people are just going to turn their heads and listen to you? So think about it, social media the same way, but you're just in a digital space. So be authentic, vibrant, use clear, engaging language that encourage people to take action. So be friendly, join us. We're going to have a very fun experiments. You're going to have, hands-on experiments. We're going to have amazing speakers. We're going to have polls. We're going to have quiz. We're going to have games. Whatever it is that your event is promoting or it's having that you know that people cannot miss it, use it on your message. Don't be afraid to use emojis. Don't be afraid to use puns. I love using puns. I work at museums and puns were my jam. So I love to make jokes that are relatable or using things that are trending to make my post more relevant to the people. And again, use hashtags that will help you with, it will help you people discover your content. Hashtags are a search method. They're a CEO, which means like search engine optimization. So it will help you reach more people for that. And include call to action. So at the end of your caption always says, sign up, join us, any question, leave a comment, tag a friend, use those call to action to encourage people to comment and engage with your post. Okay, when it comes to graphics, the first thing that you're going to think is the purpose. Why do I need a graphic? Because I want to add the date, the time, usually because, if you have a lengthy post, people won't read it. So identify what the graphic is meant to achieve. Choose the right dimensions. That's very important. Like people, when I do talks about Instagram, there are things that people sometimes don't believe me. If you use the wrong size, the algorithm will tank your content. So make sure that you're using graphics that are the size that work for the different platforms. So that's why I don't recommend that you are on multiple platforms at once, because some of us don't have time to make like 6 different graphics. But it happens, at least with Instagram, the algorithm is very specific and it wants things done a certain way. So if you're on Instagram, make sure that it's the square size. So, it takes more space in your feed. It's the right size for Instagram. And then, the algorithm will help you do that. If you use faces, it will help you even better. At least with TikTok and Instagram, faces of people, of real stuff, it works better than just a graphic with text. So just know that. Make sure that you select colors that are legible. Sometimes I see graphics that they look really cool, really funky font, but I cannot even read what it says. So the simple way is, the simple is the better for you. Make sure that the colors align with your brand. So make sure what are the Teen Science Cafe colors and make it accordingly so you look like people can relate to that if they already know what Teen Science Cafe is. And again, ensure the contrast is good enough for visibility and readability. Also, because I manage accounts that work for with nonprofit, and actually everybody should be aware that we have people that have visual impairments on social media, and we want them to be able to participate too. We want them to be able to know about our events. So always think about, you think about that so people can just see what you're doing and relate to that. One other thing that I'm gonna say, make sure that your photo is high resolution. If it's too grainy, then don't use it. if you're using logos or icons, make sure that they're readable. If you're gonna add text on a graphic, keep it minimal. If you have a lot to say, just do it on the caption, but don't do it on the graphic. Like a lot of people don't zoom in or zoom out to read all that it's added to a graphic. And again, use fonts that complement the design and avoid overcrowding. And make sure that if you're creating your post on a computer, test it on your phone too, to make sure that they are compatible. Because sometimes we're doing stuff on the computer, and then when it goes public and you see it on your mobile phone, it looks totally different and it doesn't work. So make sure that you are testing it in both. And at the end, I will share with you, and I think I have a separate document that I can send you, and maybe you can share with people with links. So at the end, I have a list of places that you can go and read more about all the things that I'm just saying here. Okay, how to grow your audience. First, I said it at the beginning, I said it again, this is the hardest part of social media. It takes a lot of time. Even I have worked with companies that are worth $1 million and more than $1 million, and they have thousands of followers, but then the post you see that people they'll do a post and you see they only have like 10 likes, or they have like, only one comment. So I would rather you have 20 followers that like your content all the time than having 500 followers and only 2 people are liking your content. That's worse. So because social media is about engaging, yes, you want to reach a wider audience, but also you want people to engage and you want people to go to your events. So one easy way to grow your audience is to collaborate. Find other people like you on Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter. That's a platform that you want to go in that allow you. These are the platforms that allow you to search by hashtags, locations, interest. Find influencers that are relevant to your niche. So if you are into math, you are into space science, you are into earth science, so you can find people that are already creating a lot of content in this space and share their content. Try to interact with them, try to build a relationship so they can eventually share your content as well. And then you have tools, that you can go online like BuzzSumo, Upfluence, and they can help you find these influencers based on their engagement, their followers, and their metrics. This is something that I mentioned when I was talking about Facebook. Engage with your niche communities, join online groups, forums, other virtual events in your field or industry, trying to find this space that foster connection with influencers and other friends that are already engaged in topics that align with your goals. And when we talk about influencers, there's a good thing to mention that we have what is called micro influencers and macro influencers. So I know we want to reach out the one with the 1 million followers, but sometimes we will have better luck with that person that is very local. It has only 5,000 followers, but their community is very engaged. So if you're starting out, I would rather you look for those micro influencers, because usually they have the best engagement. And micro influencer, it's like, that girl in college that that it's very into science, or is that mom that that it's always doing fun lunch or experiments for her teenager kids. It could be a t-shirt that that she creates content from the classroom. So those kind of influencers that they reach a smaller audience, often they have the better engagement. And Lastly, offer value. So when you reach out to influencer, of course, they're gonna want something in return. And that value is that your events are great, are valuable. You're sharing, about science, you're building community, you're building relationships through your events. So try to promote your events in that way that add value to what you're doing. Other way to grow your audience is to create content that is shareable. So not only with your channel, not only try to promote your events, but now and then share a science fact or a quote from a person that it's very famous in your field, or stuff that is like easy and fun to connect with and share. You can create memes. I love memes. You can create a meme that is relevant to your event. Or make it a challenge. Use your platform to have fun too. That's very important. And use cross promotion. So maybe of another organization similar to Teen Science Cafe that they also do events. So you can just reach out, send the information to them, and have them promote that event for you. And then you will reshare it. So cross promotion is a good way to grow your audience. And now there are, for example, Instagram will let you do collaboration posts where, the post will show not only on your feed, but also on the feed of your collaborator. So that's a really great way to expose your content to different audiences. And do challenges, like post when at your event, encourage people to take a photo of them, like a selfie or whatever, while they are at your event. So that will help you be more relevant, and it help you people discover what you're doing faster. Any questions so far?
No questions, but these are all really, really great tips.
Thank you. Okay. So, let's talk online safety. This is something that we all care about, especially if we're dealing with social media. First, I will always say, if you are under 13, you should not be on social media. But if you are, I hope you have some supervision. But one thing that you always need to know, whether you are 13, 18, or 40, is that you need to be very cautious with sharing personal details. So always avoid to share sensitive information like your address, your location, your full name, phone numbers, anything that anything that is information that will show who you really are. For example, one thing that I do, and my accounts are very private, but I never show where I am in real time. It doesn't matter. If I'm on a concert and I want to do a post, I'll do it the day after. And I am not an influencer, and I have less than 5,000 followers, but it's only how I manage things. Of course, you do manage your account as how you want, but make sure that, sadly, we live in paradise, but there's also snakes, and there's also bad things, and there's also people that are not that nice on social media. So please protect your peace and protect your information. Never share your passwords. And if you do, change it immediately. For example, the accounts that I manage professionally, sometimes I'll do a takeover with a teenager, and I will share the password. Okay, you can log in, you can do all that. And then it's not that I do not trust them, but a best practice is just to change the password immediately after that collaboration is done. And always try to use passwords that are strong. They don't have to be difficult, but don't use the name of your dog or your favorite color. Or if you do, try to make it on a combination that is, hard for a hacker to crack the code and get into your account. So that's how you, very high level tips to protect your identity and information. How do you handle negative interactions? It seems easy because it is, but my favorite feature is the blocking button. If you see someone that is disrupting, that is not adding anything positive to your content, that is not even interested in attending to one of your events, but is criticizing, just report it, block it. You don't want that person on your social media. You don't need that person on your social media. So anything that is inappropriate or that is like harmful behavior, just block them. You know, social media has more than 7 billion users, and you don't need to be spending your efforts and energy on one person that is just being problematic. So it's okay if you lose one follower, you'll get 10 more later. So don't be afraid to use that block button. I promise you that it will help you have a peace of mind. And then you have privacy control. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you can control who can see your post. You can even block areas. You can block zip codes. So if you want to reduce that on one interaction, just do a quick search on Google. How do I block, you know, these kind of groups? And it will show you exactly how to do it. So most of these platforms already have these features within. And also be aware that, you know, cyberbullying is a thing. There are online reporting tools and support, and you can go to stopbullying.gov if you feel like the person who's creating problem is in another, you know, branded account and it's not an individual. So you can find guides on how to report cyberbullying. You can use platform-specific tools like the ones I mentioned before to block and report harassment and to block users. And also, if you feel like something was said that it was personally, you know, harmful to you, speak about it. Don't keep it to yourself, and don't get discouraged of doing what you're doing to social media because somebody else didn't like it. Just find the help from a trusted adult, a school counselor, a friend, and, you know, don't keep it to yourself. There are a lot of support out there, and there's a lot of beautiful communities in the social media too, for that. So the same way that you join a Facebook group for, you know, to find people who like rocks and geology, there are people who will support you in dealing with cyberbullying. So please speak up and reach out to someone that can help you with that. And then lastly, how to collaborate with your peers. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, the Teen Science Cafe folks have a great marketing team. They can help you, you know, letting you know how to use your logo if you have to, what colors are the one they're using if you have to. So if you want to create content that is branded and polished, so I'm pretty sure that you can reach out to your Teen Science Cafe lead, and they can help you with that. Ask for guidance on best practices, and you can even find them online. There are a lot of really good tools that can help you keep your social media strategy or plans within best practices. Although I think a lot of these things you can learn once you are being consistent. So best practices could be, at what time do I post? So one of the simple things to start thinking about it is like, at what time are you looking at your social media? So usually if people work, people go to class, people are at school, so you'll check your phone in the morning, maybe you'll check it at lunch, and you'll check it after work. So, you know, those are 3 times for you to post your content, and maybe people are looking at it. So follow those, you know, basic steps at the beginning, and then you're gonna see your content and you're gonna think, oh, so my posts do better in the afternoon than in the morning. So then now that's data that you're using to know your audience. And is that something that you're seeing, stop posting in the morning and then stick to the afternoon, or post on the weekends, or maybe Fridays were better than Wednesday. So that's information that you learn what you're posting on your social media consistently. And then do a combination, maybe, whoopsie. You don't have to share a post every day. Share a post one day, share a story the other, and then learn from what you're doing to inform your own strategy or your own plans. Collaborate with co-branding co-branded content. So maybe there's a teen science cafe in another state that's doing something really cool and you want to share it, even if it's not in your state. But, that not only helps you have more content, it helps your friends in the other state have more visibility, and it helps the Teen Science Cafe network as a whole to have more visibility. So don't be afraid to reach out to other Teen Science Cafe in different states. And also, you never know who's visiting or who's going to see it, and maybe you can help each other to grow the signups or the audience for your events. And also do it with your friends. If you don't want to show, I am someone that I don't like to show my face too much when I'm doing videos, but then I always use my friends. They love it. And I'm always the one behind the camera doing the directions, but that's how I collaborate with people. That's how I'm able to collaborate with influencers that have way many more followers than I do. And also you learn, and it helps you see your post and your content from a different perspective. And then you can just cross-promote on multiple accounts and reach a bigger audience to create more engagement. And then here, this is some of the resources that I was talking about. Excuse me. So you can even Google this. You can Google HubSpot Academy, and they have tons of training of everything that you can imagine, like how to create a post, how to write a copy, how to do analytics on social media. So the Canva Design School, it will help you, how to make a graphic, what are the sizes that you need to use. So all of these things, even YouTube's have so many good social media tutorials that you can look at, that it will help you to build a strategy if that's what you want to do. It will help you from the most basic thing to the most complicated things of social media. So it's from the very, very basic, that is like organic social media, that's what we're doing today, until you're ready to place ads in Meta. So you can learn a lot of things on this different websites for resources. And I think this is my presentation for today. I know this was a lot, but I hope you learned something new. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Yes. Thank you. There were so many great tips and best practices and good reminders for online safety as well. But tell us a little bit more about your background. Like, we want to know, when did you start working with social media, and was it a hard career to get into? What's the most interesting part about it?
So I started almost 10 years ago. Think about that. Social media was not even a job 10 years ago, because now if you're under 20 years old, you grew up with this. But when I was growing up, none of this existed. Facebook was launched when I was in high school. So Facebook was launched in 2006. So I went to school to study science, but then I was working with the doctor and he needed marketing. So I did my bachelor in science, but also did a minor in communications. So I started learning using Facebook for personal reasons. And then there was a moment in 2008 that Facebook started being used for more like, oh, I have this business or I have this company and I'm going to use this tool to let people know about it. So that's how the social media marketing really started. So then, as you mentioned, I'm from Puerto Rico. I moved to Dallas 10 years ago, and I got a job at the Science Museum. So it was like the perfect way to combine science and communication. So it started like that, combining the two. Is it difficult? It is. The way that it's difficult, but it's also fun for me, is because it's still new. Again, this is something that it didn't exist 10 years ago. So I have been just having to grow and learn with that. Like TikTok was not alive 6 years ago. So every time there's a new platform, every time there's new features, you have to learn how to use them, not only for personal reasons, but for professional purposes. So it's ongoing learning, I would say, but that's also fun. Learning to me is fun. And the most interesting is that you learn a lot. You're dealing, whether you think about it or not, you are consuming. You're a constant consumer, and you are not only you're seeing what people have to say, how people behave, how, everything about social media, every aspect about being human, because people are sharing sometimes a little too much on social media, but you learn about that too. So I think that's interesting that I don't have to be in a room with a lot of people to learn about people. The digital space allows me to do that.
Yes, yeah, it definitely brings us together in that unique way. Yeah, sometimes you see way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
can share the slides.
yes,
I can
that would
do that.
be
And
so
I
great.
can see the chat now. Okay.
Okay.
My favorite platform is Reddit. I had to admit. There's a lot of groups there. You learn a lot. I love it. Like, sometimes I want to know about a product or about something, and people on Reddit will give you the real deal. They are the ones that have the real reviews. And after that, I will say it's a combination of TikTok and Instagram, because that's the platform that I use for personal purposes. That's where my friends are. And, I can still be connected to my friends in Puerto Rico. I see them going to the beach every day, and I live in Dallas now. I cannot do that. So I live through them. So that's why it's my favorite. And TikTok is just fun. I love people sharing about their dogs. I have 2 dogs, so I'm always watching dog content. That's what I do on TikTok. So
Yes, I think the algorithm on TikTok is just so perfect to feed whatever niche you're into at that moment.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, very true.
Were there any other questions? Feel free to throw them in the chat, or you can unmute and ask. I love the tip of like reaching out to micro influencers to, not to be pushed away because someone isn't like a mega star online, that we really should value the local people who are sharing about the events in the community and
Definitely.
respect. Yeah. So many great things that you shared with us today. I even learned some things, like I wrote a bunch of notes for myself. But yes, these were all great. And thank you so much for being here and for sharing all your knowledge with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Again, I hope that even if it's just one thing, if you have one takeaway, that's enough. That's enough to get you started, and don't be discouraged. Like, it takes a lot of time to build an audience, and it won't, not always is going to be like a banging post that is going to get you 100 likes, but keep doing it, and consistency, it will be what gets you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Everyone does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you all for joining us with the Teen Science Cafe Network, and we hope you have a great night. And we'll let you know if we do another one. Look out for our events on our website, and definitely be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're there. Love to engage.
Bye-bye.
Bye.